Deborah F. Bell, and I'm here to welcome you to Powerful Over 50. I'm so excited that you decided to take this journey. This network is all about empowering women, helping you to identify purpose. And for those of you who already know purpose, then to help you to move forward in that purpose. So we'll have Mentoring Mondays. We'll have a weekly broadcast on KingCast TV. And once a month, there will be special programming designed just for you. I'm a woman over 50, and it's taken me forever to understand and operate in my purpose. So now I want to help you to do the same. So come on in, make yourself at home. We're going to have a wonderful time as we journey together to purpose. Welcome.
Wow, guys, that was simply amazing, amazing. Go Occupy 21, and it was something that the Lord dropped in my spirit on last year. At the end of the year, we're all trying to get what's next for the next year, and where God wants us to be in our business, spiritual, and just physical life. And there's so many things that we're challenged with entering a new year, especially after last year, the things that we experienced. So Go Occupy 21 was something that the Lord clearly gave me a blueprint for kingdom frontliners, these individuals who have been pregnated with something that he wanted them to birth this year. And so I have the pleasure of being their midwife and helping them to birth it out. So I am speeding because I want to get to this interview. We were just on Instagram. Everybody was jumping on. So I know you're back and you're waiting. But before I bring on our guest tonight, let me ask you to do me a favor. Share, like, comment, ask questions. We'll be watching the social media on tonight, but just engage with us on tonight. It's going to help us out tremendously to be able to share what we're doing and what my special guest, Ms. Deborah Bell, has launched on tonight. So I am bringing her on the screen right now. There she is. Deborah, go ahead. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Michelle?
I can hear you loud and clear. I am doing absolutely amazing. So I'm so excited that you're on with us on tonight, and just want to share with people the great news. But before, I know a lot of people know you, all over the country. You're a preaching machine. But for those that are just now getting a chance to hear you for the very first time, can you just share with them who you are and just about who Deborah Bell is?
Okay. So I guess whenever I am asked to introduce myself and share a little bit, I always start with where I came from. I'm just a little girl from Mississippi, little country girl who loves the city. I don't want to go back to the country. That's where I'm from. And my journey to get to Powerful Over 50 started with some tragedy in my life. And what God can bring amazing things out of tragedy. And what he's done for me in this journey is help me to understand who I am, help me to connect with my power and my purpose, help me to be able to walk in line with the thing he ordained for me to do. And out of that experience, it was my therapist who told me that I should go into coaching. And at the time, I had no idea what that was. But 4 years later, I started a coaching business, and I've been moving in that ever since. So now, Deborah Bell, a graduate of Houston Graduate School of Theology with my Master of Divinity degree. Yes, a graduate of Houston Graduate School of Theology and Houston Baptist. So with two masters, and so one ministry, one business. So I bring all of that into this experience and to what I do with organizations and individuals that I coach.
Wow, it was amazing. I was on a broadcast that Minister Jewel had you on, Jewel London had you on.
Yes.
It was amazing. And one of the things that she highlighted is that you're going on celebrating 30 years of preaching.
I cannot believe it's been 30 years from that moment in the church office talking to Pastor Ralph Douglas West and going, but I could do so many other things. Why do I have to preach? And getting to this space where now it's 30 years later,
Yeah.
I was able to experience so many first, being the first woman to go into so many places. I was the first female preacher at the Church Without Walls. And then just that journey of ushering other women into what God had called them to do.
Yeah.
God has been doing that for a long time with me, I see.
Being the first is always, you're a trailblazer. You're setting the course, and for me, I thank you. I started preaching back in 90 90 90 something, April of 91, and been in ministry ever since. But mine has been in the marketplace, and I'm grateful for that, because I've been able to just kind of help so many different people, and so that I've been tremendously grateful for.
Yeah.
When you look back over just the time that you've been in ministry, have you ever had an aspiration to really inspire the way that you're doing now? Have this been the driving force of who you are?
It really has always been what I've done.
Hmm.
In various environments. At the Church Without Walls, I have been over leadership development and training.
Hmm.
And I remember a time when I was working at another church and I would come to visit at the Church Without Walls, and I couldn't take two steps without someone saying to me, "Oh my God, Reverend Bell, we miss you. You're the reason I'm serving in this area. You're the reason I know what God has called me to do." And I counted that as God's gift to me, that
Yeah.
people would come back and say, "You helped me to get to what God had for me." And so
Hmm.
I see that again in so many ways, that's what God has done and continues to do with me. So many women come to me for mentorship, and yeah, so yes, this has been a long journey of pouring into the lives of other people and helping them to get to what God had for them.
Wow. And from a distance, I've always been able to watch and to glean from your ministry and from who you are as a female minister. And it's been very, very great to watch. Even sharing, being cohorts in a master's program at Houston
Yes.
Baptist University, you were still you know, that rock in the class that was like, okay, this is what we have to do. We're gonna get through this. It was such a tough thing, because everybody was so busy working, having families, and so many times we wanted to give up and quit. But you were that inspiration that really helped us forge forward and complete. So
Well, I have to be honest and say you helped me through several of those classes, sister. Y'all don't know, but Michelle is a beast when it comes to study and taking notes and preparation for tests. Oh my God, you helped me so much. So back
we
at you, sis.
we made it. We made it. So now we're here at the new launch today of Power Her Full Over 50. Women, if you're over 50, you're listening right now. Speak to them and tell them what this network is all about.
So again, this network is all about helping my sisters who at 50 or older feel like it's too late. I want
Yeah.
to tell you that it's never too late to walk into what God has purposed for you. It's
Hmm.
never too late. It's designed for women who feel that God has given them purpose, but they don't know quite how to get to it. It's for
Yes.
that sister who you have been pouring into everybody else. You've been supporting other people's dreams and you put yours on the back burner. Well, now it's your turn. And
Mhm.
I'm here to walk with you through mentoring, coaching, personal and professional development to get to what God has purposed for you to do. Purpose, that journey to purpose. And once you get there, there is nothing like living out the purpose
Mhm.
that God has for you. And,
Yeah.
and in case you're wondering, sisters, God has purpose for each and every one of us.
Hmm.
He has already preordained it.
Wow. And it's just so fulfilled, you feel fulfilled when you're walking in your purpose. Before,
Absolutely.
even I was coaching a young sister, she's a millennial, and she says, the biggest problem I have with this is I just have so many ideas. I just have so much that I feel that I want to do. But things like this, sisterhoods like this, and coaching platforms like this is what help us harness, what's true to our heart, and to be able to be clear as to what God is saying in this moment to help us, to push us to the journey that we really need to be at this moment, at this time. And so with COVID, hitting last year, we would have never imagined launching something like this. But
You know
God,
what? You are so right.
in his wisdom, I mean, this would have been so far, we would have still been doing seminars, workshops. Come to my workshop, pay this amount of money to get in, and we're going to have breakout sessions. And so now he's pushed us into
Yes.
this space of having to learn, that we can still connect. But in that, he's stretching our imagination and innovation. He's stretching,
Absolutely.
pushing us to that point. And I think, that's one of the powerful things that you've created with this particular platform and network, is that it's all digital. Talk a little bit. Yeah,
It is all digital. So one of the avenues where we will connect and work together in community is in a private Facebook group.
Yeah.
Real simple and easy. You get the access once you join the group, and it is designed just for those sisters who are members of the group. It is not a public group, it is a private group. There will be training and development offered on KingCast TV. I'm
Yes.
really, really excited about that. And Michelle, you hit on something that I really want to talk about just for a bit. In this season, what I have learned in this journey is that in order to hear God in this season, you got to be close up on it because He's speaking right in your ear.
Yes.
You have to be positioned in a place where you're spending time with Him in His presence. Mark Batterson says it best in his book, The 40-Day Prayer Journey. He says, if you want to know the will of God, you got to get into the presence of God. And
Wow.
I believe it's the same thing about purpose. If you really want to know God's purpose for you, you need to get into the presence of God because He will speak it to you.
Mm.
Even in this journey, Michelle, I have had to calm myself down and stop and say, okay, God, show me the next thing.
Yeah.
Psalms 25:4 has been my scripture along this journey. It says, show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the path for me to follow. And every single time, God shows me the way. And so I want to help sisters to get into that place and
Mm-hmm.
to pull out what's in them. You said clarity is important.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about how to get clear about purpose.
Yeah.
I am that person that will move in 4, 5, 6 different directions. But what God has done as I've become clear is to bring all of those things under one umbrella so that I'm walking in one direction, even though I'm doing several different things.
Yeah. And I think the most powerful thing about what you're doing is creating the sisterhood. Everybody has different gifts. Everybody has different
Absolutely.
talents. And so
Yes.
it's like the Bible talks about how we're all many members, but he
One.
fitly joins us together, right? And so
Yes.
with that, I'm thinking about how there was a need for me to have people with talents and gifts and things that they needed to birth out. I needed pregnant people, you
Yes.
know, and then those pregnant people needed a platform, you
Yes.
know.
Even
They
if we
needed,
didn't know we needed it.
yeah, exactly. You're gonna need this, you're gonna need this, you're gonna need, and just watching that process, how he
Yes.
used one of us with our talents and our gifts to bring edification to the body, to bring strength now to what you're doing to women over 50. I mean, this is the moment when we're sitting and we're like, God, what's next? I'm halfway
Absolutely.
through my life, especially those that are declaring they're going to be here to 100 plus, right? And so we're like, what's next? All my life, my children are gone. They're grown, they have families and things like that. No more dropping off children to school. But what's next for me? What is my purpose? What is my identity? And it shifts all the time because who
You
we
know
were
what?
when we were little.
Yes, yes. You are so right. Because what I understand is in each decade, there is something different that shaped and birthed in you. And by
Yes.
the time we've reached 50, we've acquired so much knowledge, so much wisdom, and so many experiences, both good, bad, and ugly. And
Mm-hmm.
those things God will use because He doesn't waste any experience. He wastes
Yes.
nothing. He's able to shape and guide us where we can use all of those things specifically in the purpose that He has already
Yes.
ordained for us. And for you mentioned the word identity. The month of February, we're dealing with identity.
Wow.
Yes, so in the Mentoring Mondays, we'll be talking about identity. There's some action items and things that the women will be doing to connect with that identity, who they are in Christ, what
Mm-hmm.
He's put into them to use in the earth, and then how to actually get it out, what steps you need to take to move forward. So we'll be talking about identity in February.
Wow. So let's talk about the network. The network is Power Her Foe, over 50 network. And so identify the three engagements that you're going to have with your members.
Okay, so again, it is a membership network. So that means there is a monthly uh, requirement to be a part of the network. But we will be meeting in a private Facebook group. We will have uh, training through every week through KingCast TV, and then there is a monthly presentation of training for professional growth and personal growth. So those are the opportunities that we will have as a part of the organization to get connected and walk through. I'm going to be walking with you. There's a community of women waiting to embrace you and to share their experience and so that you can share your experience. There's a lot that happens in community, and in this season, I
Yes.
think it's important to be a part of community when we've been so isolated for so long. And so I am really excited to gather this group of women who will come to the network and build this powerful community.
Yeah.
So we talked about the private Facebook group. We talked about the KingCast TV presentations on a weekly basis and the monthly presentation. I am so excited about what God has for planned for us. I am just about to bust wide open. It is going to be really, really amazing. In addition to those things, uh, benefits of being a member also includes a annual girlfriends chat and chew, a
Yeah.
lunchtime where we will recognize sisters who have excelled in this process and will also give back to community. So a time of fellowship and what's happening in the world will determine what that actually looks like for us, but I'm excited about it. There will also be a destination retreat.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That right there.
Yeah.
And I want the women to understand that when I say retreat, I am talking about a time for you to get away and deal with you,
Mm-hmm.
but also a time for us to have fun as a community of sisters,
Yes.
but a time where it is more reflective, where we
Mm-hmm.
can quiet ourselves and begin to hear what God has to say to us. I'm really big on hearing God. And
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things I create a lot of exercises around during retreat time so that you get direction directly from Him. Because
Yeah.
it's not about me, it's about you and what God is doing in you. And
Wow.
so I am so excited about all of the opportunities that we will have to share together in this powerful over 50 community.
Yes. It's going to be exciting, guys. Share this with every woman you know over 50. You mentioned something on Instagram that there are even some women that are not yet at the 50 mark, on their way to 50, very close to 50.
Oh my goodness. In the work that I do at Houston Baptist University, I mentor and disciple young women. And several of them have said, well, I'm not 50, but I want to be a part of this. I have younger women at church who follow me on social media, and they're like, okay, that says 50, but I want in. Let me tell you, you can come on in, and it is okay. But just know this organization is designed for the sister over 50. Come on in and learn some stuff that'll save you. You know what, Michelle? I remember growing up, and our elders didn't always talk to us about stuff that was happening to them as they
Yes.
began to age.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? So, sisters, just know if you come in the room, you're going to learn some things about this process of maturing. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, what a wonderful thing to see, a God-inspired network. That this is something, as women are sitting at home alone, maybe divorced, maybe married, empty nesters. I know even for me, I'm an empty nester, but my husband
Yeah.
loves sports. He loves his TV. And so having that time, even with the ladies on the Ministers Network, it was so refreshing just to be with women,
Yeah.
just to share
Yeah.
it, to have that moment and have that time. So how can they join? They see the link on the bottom of the screen, but this month is geared towards them signing up the rest of January, and then February the 1st, we become active and live with the
That's
first
right.
course. So do you have any sneak peeks you want to share?
So there's so many ways to join. You see the link on the screen, but if you go to my Facebook page, to my website, asp3coaching.org, that's ASK, the letter P, the number 3, coaching.org, you'll see a powerful over 50 tab, and you can look there and see all of the things that we've been talking about. Once you click the powerful Go Occupy 21 link, you will also see all of the things that we've been talking about. So there's so many ways to connect. As I mentioned, in February, we will be talking about identity. We'll be taking a few assessments, and I don't know about you, but I love assessments because I
Yes,
love to learn more about who I am.
yes, yes.
And one of the things that I want to address, I've taught so many workshops where I've asked the question, sister, give me 3 things that define you. And the
Mm,
response is all about what I do and not who I am.
hmm.
And
Wow.
so it is important that we spend this time working on identity, because
Yes.
the answer to give me 3 things that define you should not be I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm a
Yeah.
nurse.
Yeah.
That's the response I typically get, instead of I am dynamic, I
Yeah.
am a provider, and I know how to usher people into the presence of God. I am
Yes.
a prayer warrior. So those things are things that define.
Mhm.
So we want to connect with who we are, because that gets us closer to the purpose that God has already given us. I can look back, and I share this in an ebook that I'll be sharing with the group. It's titled "Get in Line with Purpose," and
Yes.
so you'll be getting that ebook as a part of this membership. But one of the things I recognize is I can look back to when I was 5 years old and
Mhm.
see how God was even then shaping me for this purpose.
Wow.
And you'll be able to do the same thing too. There's an exercise that we'll be doing to help you flesh that out, and get into understanding identity and who you are. So we
This is
have some great things planned.
This is awesome. I can't wait. I'm joining that subscription as well. I mean, I have several that I'm interested in. We have a scientist, a pathologist, getting our health
Mm,
together. We have so many great things that are being birthed all at the same time. But here on tonight, we have Deborah Bell launching Power Her Full, over 50 networks. So share this broadcast with every woman you know. It's going to be encouraging. So many women need this to hinge and to help carry them through the rest of this year. So many devastating things have happened. People have lost loved ones, and they need to be a part of something great. So the content that you get is going to be digital content that you receive on the network, and then you have your private engagements, you have your networking time, and then I can't wait to the PO5 chat and chew. So that's going to be another exciting event as well. So the link is at the bottom of the screen that you can see right here. Join me tomorrow morning. I have none other than Landra German and also Mark Alexander. 2 more networks that will be birthed on tomorrow this weekend. I am so excited. They are live now. Go out and join these networks, and let's continue to walk 2021 together. So Deborah, do you have any closing remarks or anything you would like to share with the audience before we dash out?
I just want to encourage my sisters to invest some time and money into yourself. You are worth the investment. There are so many things that God yet have for assigned for your hands to do. So come on, sisters, let's get in line and work that thing out. Let's work it out.
Yes. All right, guys, you heard it. We're so excited. Congratulations, Deborah. Job well done, and just awesome. I'm looking forward to great things hitting in February. Just excited about what God is doing.
Yes, so, indeed. Thank you. I am too.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon. See you in the morning. God bless.